Happy Christmas, everybody. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Cover everybody. Listen, folks, today I want to talk about John Lennon's classic 1971 Christmas masterpiece, Happy Christmas, War is Over. And to start out with, I'm showing you here this copy that I have in a nice Season's Greetings green cardboard outer container. This is from, let's see, special limited edition of 2500, Christmas 1986. It has Capitol Records promotion on here, and it's a white vinyl copy. Let's share that before we get into talking about the song, because this is a video where I am going to defend certain things about John's Christmas song. All right. And the B-side, of course, Listen, the Snow is Falling, the Yoko Ono song. Beautiful song. For those people who say Yoko Ono doesn't sing, all she does is scream, this is a beautiful song. It's gorgeous. Try it out if you don't know it. Even my friend Anthony really loved that song. Couldn't believe he missed it for so many years. But anyway, let's talk about John's song, okay? Christmas time, we hear it all the time. We heard it on the radio. This year I've only heard it once, but I haven't had the Christmas radio station on very often this year so far. And I love John's song. To me, whenever I hear it, I get emotional. I even get teary-eyed, especially at the end, when you have the Harlem Community Choir of children singing along with John and Yoko. Yoko sings during this song too, and I think that she's a highlight. Yes, in this particular song, Yoko's voice is definitely part of the strength and appeal of it. Now, we know that John always talked about, for a while anyway, peace, ending the war, all that kind of thing. And after all, the song is called Happy Christmas, and then in parentheses it says, War is Over. And the slogan, War is Over, if you want it, kind of an appeal to everybody to make peace. And that's all over the world, not just in America or England, right? It's all over the world. But the reason that I want to make this video is because over the years, I've heard people come down on this song, and I think their interpretation is spoiling the enjoyment of the song for them. I remember once in particular, I was watching this couple. I won't say who they are. They're free to come up here if they want to say, or in the comments. And I remember they did a video of their votes for worst Christmas song, and one of them was John's Happy Christmas, War is Over. And the woman, the wife who made her plea here for understanding for her feelings on the song was saying, don't make me feel guilty during the holidays. I mean, I don't point your finger at me and make me feel guilty. And I thought, wait a minute, where do people hear the song Happy Christmas, War is Over, and get the feeling that John is trying to make them feel guilty, or trying to make them feel bad, or trying to blame them for anything? I don't get that out of this at all. Now, anybody can listen to a song, and anybody can interpret whatever lyrics they want. You know, now when this song starts, it says, so this is Christmas, and what have you done? Another year over, and a new one just begun. Now, to me, I've always taken that song to mean, hey, you know what? We just finished another year. We're turning a page. What have you accomplished this year? How did it go? What did you do? You know, was it a good year for you? Let's turn the page. Another year over, he says, and a new one just begun. That's how I take it. I don't take it as meaning, what have you done? What have you done? Have you done anything to help anybody? Have you helped the starving people? Have you done anything to help with the peace cause? Anybody do anything? Or you just sit there enjoying your life while so many underprivileged people suffer? I don't take it like that. I don't know why some people do. Maybe that's what John meant. John never went at length, I don't think, about his Christmas song really to that point. But I don't think that's what he means when he's saying, what have you done? Later on in the song, he says, the second time around, with the second verse, he says, so this is Christmas, he says, and what have we done? It says we done. As a collective unit, force. What have we done as a people? So there's a little question for that later on when he repeats it with, instead of you, He says we. But there's no real tone in John's voice of arrogance or disgust or being frustrated or angry. It sounds to me like it's just a wish for how is it going? How's the year going? And then later on, he's talking about all the different people. This is the part I really want to get to. He's talking about, and so this is Christmas for weak and for strong, right? And then he says the rich and the poor ones. And then he says the world is so long with an L. Now, that's a word that we have trouble with. Some people think John's saying the world is so wrong with WRONG. Now, when I listen to the record, you don't have to listen that closely, but listen closely anyway. When he sings that line, he's definitely saying the L. The L is in there. The world is so long. Not wrong, long. He's making a list, talking about black and white, the yellow, the red ones, weak, strong, rich, poor. The world is so long. The list goes on and on. There's so many people. The world is so long. That's what I think it means. So I don't see him pointing fingers and saying we're wrong. Now, here's what's interesting. I did a little search on the internet for lyrics, and all the lyrics that I check, every time I look for different sources to find out the lyrics for Happy Christmas, War is Over, when that line came along, all of them said what I said, long, with an L, okay? Now, what's interesting is this album here that came out in 1975, John Lennon's album Shaved Fish compilation, has Happy Christmas on it, and inside this album there is a lyric sheet. If you take out the lyric sheet, you would think that this is John's account. Whatever it says here has to be correct, because you figure John formed the lyrics here, and John arranged the lyrics here and made sure they were correct, right? Well, let me tell you something interesting I noticed here. When you look at the lyric sheet from Shaved Fish, you find out it does say WRONG. What? The world is so wrong. I'm wrong. Mayo's so wrong, right? I mean, John put this together. John really took a personal hand in this album. He talked about this in an interview. He said he put this together, compiled these songs, and wanted this stuff to get out. And he must have had some control over the lyrics on the inside lyric sheet, right? So if John Lennon is saying the world is so wrong here, I have to be incorrect, right? Has to be wrong. That has to be the right lyric. Well, there's another interesting thing here. If you look at the lyric sheet at the very beginning, you'll see something that's written out here that's incorrect, plainly, okay? At the beginning of this record, when you play the record, you hear Yoko whisper, "Happy Christmas, Kyoko," to her daughter. And John whispers to his first son, "Happy Christmas, Julian." So there's a tribute in the beginning to Happy Christmas, Kyoko. Happy Christmas, Julian. We won't get into this stuff about how John supposedly never saw Julian and all this. He's acknowledging Julian in the beginning. But here, on John's album, the lyrics itself that John supposedly put together, he says at the beginning, or the lyrics in this album say at the beginning, "Happy Christmas, Yoko." Yoko says herself. And then John supposedly, allegedly says to himself, "Happy Christmas, John." That's a mistake. That's a mistake. So, you get my point here? If the lyric sheet in here says at the beginning incorrectly, "Happy Christmas, Yoko," "Happy Christmas, John," on here to themselves, that's not correct. It's their children they're talking about on the record. If that lyric is wrong, then John obviously didn't prepare the lyrics, and whoever got the lyric sheet in here has it incorrect, because the word wrong is also wrong. Okay? So that's how I put that. But anyway, let me wind this up a little bit. Yeah, hey, look, not everybody likes the same music. Not everybody likes the same songs. But I think this is a joyous song of kind of like hope. I think it's Happy Christmas is a song of hope. I love the line, "Let's hope it's a good one without any fear." That's the kind of a line where, obviously, since they say war is over if you want it, You could say that when they say, let's hope it's a good one without any fear, it's about no fear of war, no fear of violence or anything like that. That's probably the reason that it's said. But I always think of it, let's hope the new year coming is a good year without any fear of any kind. No kind of illness, no kind of disease, no kind of tragedies. No, let's just hope it's a good year and we don't have to fear anything. It's a good year. It's a good one. That's as basic as I take it. Although the fear line probably does have something to do with the war theme in it. So I listen to the song and I think to myself, it's a basic, general, tried and true notion of peace on earth, goodwill to all men and women, peace on earth, goodwill to men. That's what the song is about. Let's hope it's a good one. It's a song of hope, goodwill, and remember, we don't have to fight if you don't want to, but overall, a pleasant song. I don't look at it as a grim or demeaning or judgmental song at all. Happy holidays again, everybody.